Today's episode is brought to you by ModCloth. To get 15% off your purchase of $100 or more, go to modcloth.com and enter promo code BRAINCANDY at checkout. Hurry, this offer expires on June 29th, 2018.
Susie. She's a real cutie.
Oh, cutie. Cutie's way.
Yeah, doozy. What the heck? See where your mind's at.
Welcome, everybody.
Think nicely about yourself.
I know. Well, doozy could be good. Whatever.
She's a real doozy. It depends on what. It's not what you say; it's how you say it. She's a doozy. Or,
episode 217, friends.
Woo.
Welcome aboard this journey.
Ship of fun. The friendship.
Oh, Lord.
Oh.
Don't you have a joke you do about that?
Yeah, what's the only ship that doesn't sink? The friendship.
It's funnier when you give the punchline first.
So you know what? That's really funny that you bring up friendship because that is one of the things I was going to talk to you about today.
Let's hear it.
That there was a study that was recently conducted that determined how many hours people need to spend together to become friends. Have you seen this?
No.
Well, we're in luck, sis.
I thought we might be.
Things are good for us.
Okay.
Wait,
yes. The premise is this is the amount of time you have to spend with somebody to become a friend or like best friend?
To become
close.
How long it takes for a friendship to develop?
Oh, okay.
Okay. So it takes...
Let's guess.
Yes. Guess how long it takes
to
form a casual friendship.
I make friends in like 10 minutes.
Well, it's not that. It's going to take longer than that. How many hours it takes to develop? And this
I
is
would
like
say
length
5.
of time spent. Oh my God, you are so nice. It takes between 40 to 60.
What?
Yes.
Well, that is really weird.
To develop a good friendship.
That makes no sense to me.
Yeah. Jeffrey Hall is an associate professor of communication studies at the University of Kansas, set out to answer this. And it takes 40 to 60 hours of time spent together in the first few weeks to form a good casual friendship, which is probably why the challenge people always think that they're such good friends, because it's all in the first few weeks of meeting each other. And if you can spend it's kind of like when you're dating somebody. You can spend the maximum amount of time in those first few, days you know each other together. But it says for friends to become good or best friends, it takes 200 or more hours spent together. And after 217 episodes, it's finally happened,
in the sweet
folks.
Spot.
We are in the sweet spot.
I mean, we spend a lot of time together.
Yeah. Oh, we sure do. I have no complaints.
Well, and I think that our friends / listeners, I feel like they've spent that much time with us.
Yes, especially the ones who have stuck around for all these episodes.
Yeah, and so whenever they post that meme of the kid listening to the podcast, but he's really just sitting by a poster and like laughing,
I haven't seen this. What is this?
It's like, this is how I feel when I listen to a podcast where like they're all laughing and he's like sitting next to the picture of them laughing too.
Right. Got it.
I mean, they feel like they're involved.
Yeah, well, I like it. I'm glad they are. And since we've spent so many hours together.
But what the hell is taking you guys so long? Because, I mean,
you're falling in love faster?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I fall in love faster.
You know what? I think maybe it's just that you've got a better detector for friend bullshit or not. You're like, I'd like to pursue. This is something that's I'm willing to invest in versus something that I'm not. Because the study was also, as most studies are, it was conducted with college-age students.
Yeah.
Who were like just moved to a new town. So I think that being younger and your desire to make friends, because Landon has tried to there are a couple gals at the club who I do really love and really like hanging out with. But, he wants me to make new friends. And he'll be like, we can go out to dinner with them. I'm like, yeah, no new friends.
Yeah, right.
I got Drake rules over here.
Yeah, if I make a new friend, I got to get rid of one. And you're my only friend. So that means
nobody better be moving in and taking my spot.
Well, I read a story or an article in the New York Times about why best friend. You know how there's a lot of science about how having friends is so good for your health?
Yeah, totally.
It was exploring why that is the case and why friendship reduces inflammation in the body and why that might be. And then it was talking about how friends, and I mean, anecdotally, we could all be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You typically find people that are almost exactly like you.
Yeah.
Like in every way.
I mean, I'm starting to dress like Susie.
We're morphing into
we
one
really are.
person.
I mean, we're like on eBay outbidding each other for the same pair of shoes.
It's so true.
And really, sometimes I look on there and I'm like, ooh, I love this. And then I click and I'm like, wait, Barry Brady 66. Susie.
Right. Brady 6 is outbidding me. Yeah, it's like we're becoming the same person. But even though that's true, they say that people tend to pick people that politically agree with them and also have the same sense of humor and dress alike and like the same type of shows and things like that.
Yes. Imagine that.
Right. That's what I mean. Like, of course, we're all like, oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. But they actually monitored brain waves of people.
Oh, my God.
As you say, these were college students.
Yeah.
They were shown different clips. Some of them were comedy. Some of them were like documentaries. Some of them were news, whatever. And they would monitor their brains and the reactions that they were having. And then they mapped out the social networking of these people that were all in the same graduate program. Mm-hmm. So who was the closest, who was not really that good of friends. And the people that were closest had the same brain waves about the same clips as each other. So I don't know the causation there.
Yeah, like are you attracted to people who have similar brain waves as you? Or does hanging out together for an extended period of time cause you to have brain waves that start
They were arguing
alike?
That it's that you're attracted to people that are
that
alike.
would make sense.
But they said that it actually opened up more questions than it answered.
You know, and then that kind of because you think about everything. Okay, like so our brains like give out a vibration or like a pulse or whatever you want to call it. And the same way we have a taste for music.
Yeah.
And there are certain genres of music that just feel better with how our ears are set up.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the same with like brain waves of other people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this just feels better.
Well, and they were
because it's similar and
calling
recognizable.
It chemistry.
Yeah, that's totally what it's totally chemistry. Mm-hmm. Yes, because I was thinking also, like, even in just saying this out loud, I'm like, oh, smells are probably like that too. Like, my mom stayed with us for a while, and then my father-in-law and his family stayed with us for a while, and there was, just like when anybody stays at your house, there was a different smell in the guest room that was so very, like, when it was my mom.
Distinct.
Just totally distinct. And when it was my mom, I was like, oh, yeah, that smells like, and then when it wasn't, I was very aware when it was like, oh, somebody else's family with, like, a different biological makeup stayed in here. But then it was still sort of familiar because it was, like, Landon.
Right.
So it was, like, a really weird, like, I was very aware of just, like, the human trail almost that we leave of like pheromones and whatever.
It is sort of a mystery, and I guess that is, when people talk about our show and if they like it, they'll say we have such good chemistry. That is undeniable. I was listening to a recent episode and I was like, we're fantastic.
We're great.
I text Sarah and I was like, I hope you can't quit because this is the best show ever and I love listening to it.
Sometimes I'm like, man, when are they going to give us our own television show?
I know. What are they waiting
for? You could just put us up on stage and throw some cameras up there. We'll give you gold, people.
Right. And we are starting to become the same person. We are starting to morph into one and dress alike. And a lot of that stuff is coming from ModCloth.
Yeah.
Have you noticed on our Instagram? I got the cardigan. And then I got about 10 bathing suits for this summer.
Oh, my God.
And what if we walk out and you and I are in the same ModCloth?
We would be, because that's what's happening is we're like, oh, my God, you picked that? I picked that.
We've been going on the ModCloth website because we recently rediscovered them, and they have so many wonderful items. And what I love is that the sizes range from XXS to 4X. So, and the models are of all sizes and shapes, which I really love. And since it's wedding season, I noticed that they have a new ModCloth bridal boutique. So if you're the bride, a bridesmaid, or want to be the best dressed guest, you can go on there and get free sizing and styling help, which is so cool. And you can get a deal. Hello. To get 15% off your purchase of $100 or more, go to modcloth.com and enter promo code BRAINCANDY at checkout. This offer expires, so hurry. And you can get 15% off purchase of $100 or more. Go to modcloth.com.
And they're putting
CLOTH.com and enter our promo code BRAINCANDY. Go ahead. Sorry.
They're putting new stuff up there every day.
Yeah.
I mean, every single day.
Right.
It'll be like, this just added in. And I looked yesterday, and now I'm seeing all these bags that weren't there yet.
Well,
the day before.
That T-shirt I had that said, "Don't judge a book by its movie."
Oh, I love that shirt.
And I was like, I think I'm going to become one of those people that wears T-shirts with words on it. You like you.
That's
you
so great. I keep
tees.
seeing ones that are perfect for you, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Like feministy ones?
Yeah, like, nevertheless, she persisted.
Yeah, I got to get some of those.
We'll get you on
I
that
just got to
train.
start making statements.
Yeah. Especially
Anyway.
you're like walking your kid to school. These are the moments. This is how you can make other friends.
I can signal to other people like we're the same things. You're so right about that.
I mean, not like I want you to make new friends, but if you felt like it.
I probably should have like a backup. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
just
that
a backup
scares
friend,
me a little bit.
Like, just like if something happened to me.
Well, yeah, or if you're busy.
Oh, or that. That's also. Or if I'm busy.
Or if you were tragically killed.
I'm like, yeah, what if something happened to me?
I mean.
Well, like I make out like a last will and testament that says like who's supposed to like take Susie.
Like you do for your kid.
Yeah.
I like
and
that.
Should anything happen to me, Susie goes to Mariana.
Dude, stop it. I almost spit out my Diet Coke. Do you have a quote, last will and testament?
I do not. I mean, I have things that I've like agreed with my husband. Like this is what I even said it on here. Like what we're going to do when we're going to die. Like how definitely pull the plug if there's any sort of veggie situation.
No, I mean, well, who's getting this stuff? I want some stuff.
You want some? Oh, okay. What should I give you? You can
I like
have
your car a lot.
Oh, you can have my car. You can also have all my collection of pins.
Pins,
you know, because like they go on your like jacket and stuff.
Yeah,
I've got like
pins.
40 of them.
Yeah,
so you can have the whole collection.
All right. What do you think? Like,
you're welcome.
What?
Wait, do you have any interest in Bo?
I would take Bo.
Okay, you can have
her dog, Bo.
Yeah, but not Sigmund. I wouldn't do that to you.
Sigmund's
going with whoever I hate the worst or the most. I'm going to be like, who do I give this to?
I think your mom would be okay with Sigmund.
Not only would she be great, the only time Sigmund was ever well behaved in his whole entire life was when we were on vacation for 2 weeks and my mom took Sigmund and we came back and he was like an angel. Okay. And that lasted for like 3 weeks and then he was back to taking advantage of us. Because it was more the trainer than it's like we need to be trained, not the dog. Uh-huh. You know, like she's like tough love.
Wow.
And we're like, but he's so cute.
Well, that's how she was with you. Remember when she canceled your birthday?
Yeah, it's probably, she
Tell
basically.
The story, it's the best.
Oh my God. So she's going to be like, that's not what happened, but it's totally what happened. So I was little and it was just Christmas time. And for Christmas, I got this really nice bathrobe, like nightgown from my aunt. And I was making my aunt a thank you letter for something that she either gave, which was nice. And I was like being crafty, and I needed like some kind of like trim for the card. I'm like, oh, I know my new lace like nightgown, and I trimmed the sleeve of my nightgown to add a decorative edge to the thank you card I made.
This
for my aunt.
This is the most Sarah story
totally
ever.
Right. And my mom. There must have been more to it. Like I must have been a little like
maybe
bratty.
You lied about it.
I probably did something like that. But either way, my punishment was losing my Peter Pan birthday party. It was a Peter Pan puppet show birthday party, and I was like 7 or 8, and I lost my privilege. My mom was not happy at me for repurposing, for upcycling my nightgown.
How old are you?
I was 7 or... I mean, young enough to want a Peter Pan a puppet show birthday party and be real excited about it.
I should throw you one for your next birthday.
Dude, I would be thrilled. I own the Mary Martin Peter Pan soundtrack on vinyl because I love Peter Pan that much.
Well, let me ask you this, because as I understood it, she also like didn't even acknowledge the day as your birthday. Is that accurate, or am I?
No, that's pretty. We actually had this discussion a little while. Like my mom and I this year, like on her birthday or my birthday or something. She asked me like what I was going to do, and I'm like, I'm nothing. I don't even think I did anything for my birthday.
No, you refused. I asked, and you were like, nothing.
Like,
birthdays are for kids. It's like, what? Who are you? What happened
and I
to
was
Sarah?
like, I'm just like, whatever. Because my mom had this whole attitude of birthdays are the worst and they don't matter and blah, blah, blah. So she passed that on to me. And she even said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. You're totally right. I did that to you. That is all my doing. And I'm just like, I don't care about birthdays at all. For me, but I love celebrating other people's.
This is a new development.
No, it's not. I've always been like that. And when somebody sang me the birthday song, like once my brother had the restaurant sing it to me and I cried. Because I like really hate it. I just don't like celebrating.
That's great. Have you ever worked at a restaurant? No, you didn't.
Where you have to sing?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that.
It is
Sorry, Linda.
terrible.
But my mom told me when I was younger, she's like, I really expected you to be one of those people to work at Joe's Crab Shack. And I'm like, you clearly know nothing about your daughter.
Why did she think
I don't know. Because I think people think that it's like what you said. People think I'm really like gregarious and lovely and outgoing when really I'm like, no.
You're a curmudgeon.
I am spitting in your seafood. I'm not.
I
really.
had to work at Lone Star Steakhouse and Saloon. Where,
is this where you dressed up in cowboy boots?
I mean,
you have a dancing
they were
portion?
optional. Yeah, you had to act. There was choreography.
Yes. See,
and then,
you
like,
actually worked here.
On the hour, it would be like, okay, everybody. And you'd have to stop serving and do these routines.
Nope.
I kind of liked it.
I'm sure.
That's when I really started to love country music, to be honest.
Do you love country? You do. I forget that.
I really
do. This is something we don't share.
No, we don't. When you mentioned music taste earlier, I'm like, well, this is our problem.
Like, I like Cardi B.
And I don't.
And you like
Jay-Z. No.
Stuff
I'm
that's
trying to
not
think of
music.
another letter. ZZ Top.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, you're more into hip-hop. I do love R&B. It's not like...
Yeah.
I don't like
you like
any...
Gladys Knight and the Pips.
I really do. Yeah, but you don't like country at all, do you?
Far Side. What?
You
No. I do enjoy Tim McGraw's Greatest Hits.
Why?
And know every single word to every single song on that CD.
Why? Why do you love
every
it?
word. Also, like, there's a lot of country songs that I just happen to know, and people would be like, how the hell do you know that song?
Yeah. What's the answer?
Because I played on a water polo team that all liked country music, and so we would travel.
You were exposed to
and
it.
I was exposed to a tons of country music. And
That's really
so
funny.
now I know every single word to Chattahoochee.
Okay. I know that one.
Well, I went down yonder on the
Chattahoochee, never knew how much the muddy water meant to me. We can't continue, but we could if we wanted.
Yeah, we could. Oh, we could. We won't.
But what I will do, though, is encourage people to get FabFitFun.
Fab, fit,
And fun.
Oh, I'm wearing some
I know.
right now.
I was going to point out your bracelet.
Yeah, I love this. This is such a cute little like add-on to a stack or with like a watch. Or I love this little piece.
Yeah, I'm sure that you guys have seen, like, on Instagram and stuff, all the FabFitFun boxes people are getting. And they're filled with full-size fashion, beauty, home, fitness, and wellness products. And we were thinking what a great Mother's Day gift it would be because, I mean, come on.
Oh, and then you know what? I kind of think it's like moms want something to feel like FabFitFun, and also it has like a youthful kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, there's
like,
makeup.
That's nicer than a bouquet of flowers. It's just going to die, and then it's like $1 million bajillion for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I hope people get me flowers too. But I could use a FabFitFun box. And the value of it is over $200, and you can get it for $49.99. And that is no joke. It is a lot of really, really nice stuff inside. And it just feels fun when it gets to the house and you get to open it. And for Mother's Day, that would be extra special. Mm-hmm. And for our listeners, they're giving a promo code to get $10 off the editor's box. So it'll be $39.99 for a $200 value. Ooh. Go to FabFitFun to subscribe and use our code BrainCandy. Try FabFitFun today. Go to fabfitfun.com to subscribe and start getting the box for a life well lived. Use promo code BRAINCANDY to get $10 off your first box. That's $39.99 for products valued over $200. Again, go to fabfitfun.com and use my code BRAINCANDY to get $10 off your first FabFitFun box. Okay. What do you want to talk about?
Speaking of music, how about how Kendrick Lamar won the Pulitzer Prize?
I am so happy.
I am too. And did you see the announcement of it?
No.
The woman who announced it?
No.
I don't know what her
me.
official title is, but she's a woman of color, and she looked like she was... I've never seen a woman more excited to announce something. She
That's
had
so
this look in her
nice.
eye like...
It's a moment.
Guess what's going to happen right now? And it was so good.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting to see the people that they were up against, like that... The other people who got, I guess you get nominated for a Pulitzer, but it was like boring chamber hall music.
Yeah, because this is the first non-jazz or classical music winner in history.
It's so cool.
Ever.
It's so cool.
So,
and you know what?
Tell
Rightfully
me what,
so.
Can you educate me about Kendrick Lamar? Because I really have only
Yes.
just heard that he's amazing.
He
but I
came
don't know
from
why.
Compton, and he grew like in a very rough part of the city, but he has a very poetic way of echoing the feelings of people growing up in that environment and what it's like to be a young black man growing up in, Black America.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's gotten a lot of recognition from.
What's his style like, though? Is it like Common?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say, but Common is a little more. I would say like Common is more like almost hopeful, and Kendrick Lamar is more raw. He's like, well, here's how it, Common's like, wouldn't it be nice if it were like this? I think it's a lot like, what do they call it?
Aspirational.
Yeah. There's a name for that kind of rap music too. I can't think of it right now, but it'll come to me. But I hate that it's like on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, so he's a little more like that, where I think Kendrick Lamar really gives, he's really honest, and I just think the style, like the flow of his music, to, use a very cliche word, but is exceptional.
Okay.
And is so good. And I mean, I love it.
I can't wait to try him out and listen, because
Yeah.
I don't know what's taken me so long.
And Obama named his song How to Make $1 Million off of some like 15 cents or something like that. I can't remember the name of the song, but named it like the song of the year for 2015 and invited him to the White House. And his music is just, I freaking love. Also, it's like super catchy and like awesome and amazing.
All right. Is he single or? I like to know people's
Probably.
personal lives,
Maybe.
Yeah,
and he
'cause
still does a lot of work for the community and like gives back. And I think also,
What's the deal though with Chance the Rapper? Because is that guy a Christian or
yes,
something?
super,
Okay.
really,
Okay.
and like it doesn't do anything,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
But he's adorable and also makes real good music.
Okay.
Yeah, there are a lot of really good. What is the name of that freaking type of music? It's like called. What do you call something that's like?
She's not Googling again.
No, I'm not. Whatever. It's like not intelligent, but it's like another word that means.
This is terrible.
Yeah, it's real bad. Whatever.
Podcasting.
I got nothing.
Oh, I know. I wanted to talk about how I've told you guys how I'm trying to get my kid off of consumptive technology. Like, he's super into Minecraft and Pokemon Go. Frankly, I'm into Pokemon Go too, because you got to catch them all. And it becomes a little bit obsessive, though. And so I was really excited when we found this toy it's from Little Bits, and it's basically a droid inventor kit where you, with your kid, or he or she can do it by themselves, but you create this droid and you give it a personality and you give it commands, and you are basically learning coding, which is insane because my kid's 5 and he knows more about this stuff than I do. So I feel like I'm learning too. And it connects with your smart device. It's super easy to use the app. and you can give them missions to do around the house or whatever. It's really, really cute. And that's why me and Lincoln love Little Bits. Visit littlebits.com/braincandy and you'll get $10 off a Droid Inventor Kit. I was talking to one of our brainiacs. She's a teacher and she was saying how cool it is. And she's going to tell her other teacher friends because it's all about gender neutrality. This is for all children, not boys only. And you can get the Toy Association's 2018 Toy of the Year for your kids and inspire invention. Littlebits.com/braincandy for $10 off a Droid Inventor Kit.
Whatever, Cardi B's pregnant.
Silent.
This just in. Where's my news? Female rap artist extraordinaire. And I think it's second woman ever to go platinum with a single rap album, Cardi B, pregnant by Offset.
I'm so happy for her.
Yeah. And
Why is it controversial, though?
Well, the controversial part is how everybody has something to say about, well, I can't believe she would get pregnant right now when she just released an album and has a tour and da-da-da. Like,
who
you
says
can't
that?
Probably dudes. And people who, in the, other parts of the industry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Conscientious rap.
Oh, my.
Thank you. Conscientious.
Came to her, see?
Yeah.
She didn't Google.
Didn't Google, and it felt good.
It felt real
Woo!
good. Yeah,
Brain
I mean,
orgasm.
I don't get why the Cardi B thing is so, controversial in that way.
Yeah.
She's pregnant, great.
Yeah. Right.
I keep hearing stuff about it.
Yeah.
And then, the pro-lifers were real excited because she did an interview where she said that she chose not to have an abortion, which, is great.
Yeah.
But then the pro-choice people got mad because they were like, that's the whole point. There's a choice.
Yeah, right. And you're mad, and she's had the option and got to choose. So,
Yeah.
why are you...
I don't know. It's just all of a sudden everyone's
like the
weighing in on pregnancy, and
yeah.
I'm like, what's happening here? Let the woman do what she wants.
And her. I think it's because she's so
outspoken.
real that people feel like that, nobody would question what Beyonce did because she's on a pedestal where she's another kind of not even a human. I was thinking about this the other day. I'm like, is there another female that we can say is like Beyonce?
No.
I can't think of one. Mm-mm. I can't think of a single human being who I'm like, oh yeah, that's on Beyonce level.
I think back in the day it was Diana Ross type of person.
Yeah. But even Beyonce's
But that's, I think, just a product of the fact that there's different ways to be marketed and use social and stuff now.
But nobody would ever think about that's. I think the exact same as why I feel like people will come up to reality stars and be like, "Oh my god," and feel like they have access to their life, so they are more inquisitive or talkative and want to take pictures. But if you see another celebrity in the wild, you're like, "Oh, no, I don't want to go up to them because that's they're living their regular life." There
was a whole thread on Brain Candy Crush about if you saw a reality star out in public, would you go and say hello? And the thread was back and forth about it.
We know Susie would and Sarah would not.
Right. I go up to everybody.
And I run away or say weird things.
But I also said, you should go up to every reality star you ever see because, let's face it, we all want attention.
Yeah.
And we need validation in the form of attention. So let me assure you.
Accept me.
Well, you're very nice when people come up to you. What do you mean accept you?
Well, I'm like Jesus and Mero who are like, don't talk to me in the Uber pool and don't approach me in Target.
What? You are not like that, Sarah. You friggin' love it because
I do.
Here's how I know.
How do you know?
You talk really loud in public, and I think that that's a subconscious thing where you like eyeballs.
Oh, probably.
Because I'm always like...
Well, only when I have, a hilarious joke I want other people to know about. I'm like, I got to say this one loud. My husband does it, too. We're both I'm like, I need other people to hear this and, laugh.
That is terrible.
Why?
Just for me.
For an audience.
Oh. No. I'm always just whenever anyone's loud around me, I, go inside myself and get embarrassed. It's just a weird thing.
Yet you'll approach any human being.
But that's only because I don't want to regret it. I don't want to go home and be like, I should have just said
I don't want to regret a joke that could have been hilarious in that moment. And I'm depriving those around me of the chance to share in this funniness.
They told them on the thing. The only thing I do not like is when people yell my name across a parking lot to see if I'll look.
I hate that. That's
very disrespectful.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot.
Because, I used to look because it's my name and you're like, what?
Yeah.
But now I'm trained. I don't even look.
Oh, that's smart. I probably shouldn't look. I look.
I mean, not that it's happening anymore, but when you're on the show, it happens all the time.
Yeah. Because it's also the kind of people. The other day, I was in Home Depot, and a guy ran up to me.
You are there all the time.
All the time. I'm currently doing a lot of home repair stuff.
True.
So a guy runs up to me. This guy must have been 65.
Yeah.
Full head of gray hair. And he goes, "You were almost the winner."
Oh.
And I thought, and I had just returned an item at the tool rental at Home Depot. I thought that I was like the 999th customer.
Stop it.
I swear to God.
Stop.
I swear. I was like, those moments where you get really excited for a second and then it's like the rug's pulled out from under you and you feel like this, like that happened in that moment where I was like, oh, fuck, I was almost the winner. No. And then I was like,
stop it right now.
I swear, hand to God, this is a true story.
Sarah thought she was almost the millionth Home Depot shopper.
I thought I'd won, like I was almost the 1,000th customer, and like you got like the actual tool, like if you like maybe you get to keep it. And I was like, I'm getting a miter saw, and then it was just a reminder of how I lost on reality television. Turns out.
So you got excited, and then did it dawn on you what he really meant?
Because
or did he say...
He saw the look of utter confusion in my face. Like, he probably... I think he had to clarify, like, aren't you Sarah from the challenge? Because the look on my face was... What did I almost win? What was I in the running for?
Oh my God. And then he was like, I mean on TV.
Yes, that's exactly how it happened.
And then you were like, oh.
I was like, oh yeah, that sucked. That also sucked. That sucked almost as much as coming second place in a miter saw contest.
You know what would make me feel a lot better, sir, is if you would buy me this miter saw. Yeah. Oh, Sarah. That is great. Thank you
Classic
for that.
Sarah.
I mean, this is why I don't understand why you're not more active on Twitter, because that is a perfect Twitter story.
Like, because I'm shopping for tools. I can't at the moment just stop and tweet this stuff. That's why I just have to have a podcast where I can just share all these things with you. And also, I don't think that they're funny in real life.
Did he talk about like why because he's a little bit older than the usual?
Nope, that was the extent of the combo.
See, because that to me is an opening. I'd be like, why do you watch it?
I was like, I was still just so taken back that I wasn't a winner. That I just needed a moment to like collect myself.
Well, since you did mention it, there is the weirdest thing that happened on Brain Candy Crush with regards to that moment on when you almost won on Rivals 3. One of our listeners was in a college class about suicide.
Okay.
I'm going to pull up a picture so you can see it with your own eyes. And they were doing like a PowerPoint presentation, and they hold on, let me show you. Okay. View post. This is what comes up. It's a picture about suicide prevention, and it's a picture of Sarah.
Oh my God, this is so weird.
On the ground.
Okay.
At the end of Rivals 3.
Mom, I've made it. It says, myth or fact, suicidal people keep their plans to themselves.
What does that mean? Why is that the picture accompanying that question?
Maybe it's because Johnny kept his plans to himself. Oh. But I was like, does this mean, or are you trying to say I should kill myself? No.
Right. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I attended a suicide prevention training at work today, and this was the picture they included in one of the slides. What the actual fuck?
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
I mean, this moment in TV history really had an impact. And it represents so much more than just a simple game show.
Oh, and that's a tough one.
Sarah's like gone through the 5 stages so far.
No, I'm trying to think if that's a myth or a fact. Because I want to say it's a myth. Usually they discuss it and like people who actually go through with it. But then often sometimes they don't. Mm-mm. So that I would say it's kind of like maybe it's a fact. Yeah, they do kind of keep it to themselves.
I was just reading about that, how most
you don't know.
Suicides are spontaneous.
Yeah.
And that's part of why the gun issue is such a big deal, because
having one in the homes.
Yeah, access. Because a lot of people would say, oh, well, they'll find a way if they want to kill themselves. No. But actually, it's not true. That the more obstacles in the way, the less chance that
access to, like, having means is one of the requirements for us making a 5150 call.
Yeah.
If there were no gun in the house, maybe I wouldn't call. But if there is a gun in the house, I'm calling. Right.
Yeah. So, anyway, you're the now poster child for that. But
that is so weird.
Yeah. What's also weird is how terrible it is that so many people have to pay so much in interest rates on loans and stuff.
I was thinking about this when I was listening to our last episode and you were reading this, and I was like, you know what?
It's a big deal.
I think I may need to call this company myself.
Right.
And I was like, I wonder if my husband's up on that. We've consolidated.
Right.
What's the word? You got to check.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Just go there.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even know how much they're paying on interest.
If I were like, hey, I can save you $400 a year, wouldn't you be like, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, refinancing your debt with a credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream can save you a lot of money. Let me tell you about it. So Lightstream rewards consumers who have good credit with a great interest rate. And their consolidation loans range from 5.49% APR with autopay, and they have no fees. Application is 100% online, and it's simple and painless. That's what I was saying, too, earlier. You just go online and put in a little bit of info. It's not, like, cumbersome and tedious. And then the money is deposited directly into your account. So you're in control. You get to do with it what you want. You can even get your funds as soon as today. Apply today and get additional interest rate discount on top of Lightstream's already low rates. The only way for listeners with good credit to get this special interest rate discount is to go to lightstream.com/braincandy. That's lightstream.com/braincandy, lightstream.com/braincandy, subject to credit approval. Rate includes a 0.50% autopay discount. Available only when you select autopay prior to loan funding. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com for important information about limits on Lightstream loans and same-day funding. I know that a lot of people have to deal with that stuff, and it can be really stressful and really expensive. And it's often one of those things where I remember back in the day when I was a server, not at Lone Star Steakhouse and Saloon, and I had no money and I bounced something, and then it was like a trickle.
And it keeps going, right.
A snowball, I should say.
Yeah, it's like debtor's prison.
Yes.
Is what you basically are put in.
And then I learned later that they did all these tricks where they like put the most expensive thing through first so that then you bounce, so then the small charges get
you would get fees as well.
Yeah, instead of
That's
reversing
messed
it.
up.
And they would do it on purpose, and people sued the companies, whatever. Anyway, it's just like
that is messed
I feel the pain of people that have to deal with crap like that. And so
we all do at one point in time too.
Yeah.
Remember my 33% interest rate credit card? Damn. All because it was leopard print.
That's crazy.
So dumb.
But you are wearing leopard print shoes right now, so I feel like maybe
leopard print high.
Right.
Have
so
you been
haven't
seeing
learned
my
your
scarf
lesson.
in my Instagram feed?
Oh, we all saw it, Sarah. We all saw it. Sarah is so
Landon,
annoying.
I was like, get used to this accessory.
Oh, I know. And I mean, I just bought about 3 more scarves.
Okay.
Because you know that one I had.
I know. I love it. It's so cute.
Yeah, you should. When they arrive, I'll show you. And if you like one, you can have it.
Oh my God.
Because they're just so cute.
I know.
I mean, we have to be the base. What are they called? Are they called head scarves?
Yeah.
We need to be headscarf twins.
Oh my God. White jeans. I was like, white jeans. That's crazy. Regular jeans, white t-shirt, headscarf, perfect outfit.
I think this is going to be our thing.
I know. I do too.
We needed a thing.
Like we didn't have a thing already. We have
right. This show isn't enough.
The show. What more do you want from me?
Oh my God. Funnily enough, another thing about the Brain Candy Crush they've been killing it lately with stuff. One of them posted a word search that they had found or they saw somewhere that was a word search for women.
Oh, no.
What does that even mean?
Oh, I'm so annoyed. Wait. I just want to know a few of the clues. Are they like
Let me look.
lady-themed clues? Unless it is all about my period, there's no other
Childbirth
reason. Yes.
or... Yeah, from what I remember, but I am going to search.
Ugh.
I'm going to word search. Get it?
I'm laughing, but...
Not really. I don't see it. But yeah, like what would that even mean? A women's word search?
That's really annoying. I mean, I have a Bible word search that is in my monthly crossword puzzle book.
Bible?
You know, like when you buy one of those crossword, like a lot of the mostly Christy, but some other listeners send me like fun puzzle books and stuff. And shout out to Christy. And well, actually not in the one she sent me, but in another one that I've received, there's like different themed puzzles, and there's like small, easy, medium, hard, Bible themed.
I just think that it's a little bit weird that the gender thing is still allowed.
It's so weird.
Because what if it said white persons?
Or what if it said boys puzzle?
Or like a race, any race.
I'm doing this right now.
Like what if it said Jewish word search?
No.
Unless the terms were all like yarmulke stuff.
Or oy vey.
I made a mistake on our last, the couple episodes ago about the circumcision where I talked about the where they kiss the blood off of the wiener.
Yeah.
I said rabbi, but it's a moil.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah. Somebody else tweeted at us and they were like, hey, I love your show, but can I tell you about the grammatical error that you guys often make?
What?
And I haven't responded yet, but I was like, what is it?
Like in our speech?
Yeah, there's something that we say that...
I mean, I'm pretty lenient with speech.
Yeah, me too. I'm sure I say whole nother, even though I hate when people say whole nother. I hate it. I'm always like, don't say that.
Yeah, I'm not a stickler about when I'm speaking because I'm just trying to,
And some of it's just like...
We're on the mic here. I don't know what to tell you, and I'm sure as heck not going to edit.
What do yins want with us?
I try to do it correctly in our descriptions and on tweets and stuff.
Yeah,
maybe it's in our tweets.
I don't know. She said just when we're talking.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who is this?
I don't know. We'll have to do so. I'll have to look. I'll have to see what she...
But they're always like, but I love you.
Yeah. They're like, yeah.
Well, you should love me enough to turn a blind eye at my terrible grammar on the show.
Yeah. Did you hear the story about the woman who broke into the house and was found in the bathtub eating Cheetos?
No.
What? How did this was all over. We get very different news feeds.
Yeah.
This was all over mine.
Yeah, that kind of stuff doesn't come through.
Woman breaks into house and is found... Well, okay. So this lady gets home from work.
Yeah.
And she goes into her house and she's like, what's that noise? And goes upstairs to her master bathroom, opens the door, and finds a woman taking a bath and eating Cheetos. What would you even... talk about a comfortable break-in.
Right. It was not threatening.
Non-threatening. I mean...
And it does just make good sense to eat Cheetos in the tub where you can, clean your fingers off.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. But the thing that didn't make good sense is that she was sitting him on the toilet.
She was what?
Resting, sitting.
No, that
Cheetos
makes
were on
terrible
the
sense.
Terrible.
In the bag?
And then when I read the article, it said that yes, in a Costco-sized bag. They were specific about that, and I was like,
No
And
way.
then I think we're being extra judgy on... first of all, we should judge the person who broke in because, they're breaking and entering and everything.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of the articles were being very judgy about it being a bag of Cheetos. They were the
They're
homeowner's
delicious.
Cheetos.
Oh.
So
how do you know?
It's not like she brought them because I think it did say that in the article.
They have a
That
Costco
she
membership.
What if that was included? That she went into the kitchen, got food.
Well, what is the deal? Why?
I don't know. I think that... And they said it matched another burglary from a while back where there was a guy who did the same thing.
It's a string of
what if it's
Cheeto
a string of snack... related
You know what?
crimes.
If there was anything that could make me break the law, it's like
Cheetos.
Yeah, salty snacks. You know?
You're going to find Susie knee deep in a bag of Lay's potato chips in the
I mean, I
neighbor's house.
can do some damage
Yep.
on some snacks.
Now, if it were 420, I would understand because she was like Stony Baloney, but she
It
wasn't.
happens to be 4:20 as we record today.
It sure does.
How you feeling?
Sober because I had to drive here.
I know. I was so mad when I realized that. I was like, this ruins the whole
She's like,
plan.
she doesn't look stoned. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
One time you got dropped off here and you were all like
Stony?
acting weird. And I was like, what's
Oh.
going on with you? And you were like, what do you mean? Nothing. I was like, you seem
come out with
weird. And then you were like, well, I did smoke pot.
Well, I mean, if you mean by weird, like, high,
What
then
would you,
yes.
what's your disposition when you take part in marijuana? Consumption.
I think I'm probably just giggly, a little funny, just laugh at
Yeah,
more
you
things.
were super silly.
And I am more relaxed, and I have less, like, anxiety about the house burning down.
Oh.
Speaking of which,
What?
I go to make, like, that's, like, my biggest fear.
Sure,
And
I
I
know.
worry about this like a crazy person.
I know.
I'm always like, is anything on? Is the house going to burn down? I go to make my coffee this morning, and I go to switch it's like a gas stove, but, you know, it's got, like, the spark igniter thing.
Yeah.
It never shuts off.
What? The pilot?
The spark igniter, the thing that's going, like,
Yeah.
the igniter is stuck in the on position.
Right now?
Oh, I had to unplug the whole stove.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then call the appliance company.
That's
Because I'm like, for
terrible.
somebody whose fear
Yeah.
it is for the house to burn down, this is my nightmare. And Landon's out of town, and I'm like, the entire house. So I took the dogs to the daycare.
Wow.
Because I was
Just
like,
for
what?
that?
Well, and, you know, for like...
Because you're busy.
Because I'm busy, but...
Oh, my
Mostly for
God.
that. Yeah, because I was like, I ain't taking no chances with this place going down in flames. We got workers there building a barbecue, so there's like gas lines. I ain't about that life. I might just sleep at a hotel.
Remember when I was just trying to set myself up for a story about anesthesia? And I was like, Sarah, what's your biggest fear? And you're like, easy fire.
Fire done, definitely fire. It's 100% fire.
I mean, is it still number one fear?
Huge. And then my brother recently told me that he was doing some work in our laundry room, and he's like, hey, just to let you know, there's a kink in, like, the way that they have your laundry machine set up. They had to, like, kink the line a little bit, so it's not getting as much airflow to the dryer, and that can sometimes make lint build up, and that's, like, a big place for house fires. And my mom was, like, downstairs, and he goes, don't tell her that! It's like, what did you just do?
Did you fix that problem?
I check it regularly to make sure that there's no lint buildup in there. But now I'm like, oh, God, I got to add this to the thing. I check all the time.
Yeah.
Most people don't have these worries.
You should get a handyman. Well,
why
that's
I don't
actually
buy-
what you are.
A handyman. Yeah, right. That's
You're the
true.
handiest person I know.
Oh, thank you, Suze.
I would think that you'd be able to fix the stove, though. What?
Except something bad happened.
What? You broke something of mine?
No.
Well, you're so scared to tell me. What could it be?
Well, I mean, I'm not scared to tell you. I'm just scared to admit this as a proud DIYer that, you know how I hung those bookshelves in my guest room and it looked really good?
Yeah.
Well, in two of the screws, I just used spare screws that I had that weren't like the size of the screw that came from the kit. And they fell through the hole that was like... Basically, the screw was smaller than the hole
Yeah.
yeah. So it slipped right out. The entire bookshelf fell down.
Crashed to the ground.
Crashed to the ground. Took out huge chunks in my wall because it was like one of those alpha systems. Basically,
Oh
the entire
my
alpha system fell.
God.
Probably 400 pounds of books. I mean, just insane.
Maybe that was the problem.
Because my dumbass was like, these are the screws that like the Container Store told me to get. They should be fine. And I didn't look for a stud. And
What? Sarah, Louise.
So now I'm going to be repairing drywall this afternoon.
Did this just happen?
Just like a few days ago.
This is what I mean. You have the most eventful life of anyone I know.
So Susie's like, why isn't Sarah posting? I'm like, because I'm taking care of the books! There are books everywhere! The whole house is
That is exactly why you should be posting. That is an Insta story.
Should have. I mean, because I opened the door to the guest room and I was like, what is...
You didn't hear it. You weren't home?
I was, thank God.
Yeah.
And it was right after my in-laws left. Could you imagine they were staying in the guest room and like, or if the dog were there, or if there were a child underneath.
Thank God it wasn't worse.
Thank God. It could have ripped that, and by what it did to my wall, it's violent. And it missed my television by millimeters.
My God, Sarah.
So maybe I should just like cool it with the DIY.
Take a break.
Hire a
this is the kind of stuff I want to see in your Insta story. If you're ever like, oh, Susie doesn't do many Insta stories, it's because I do nothing. I don't put up shelves. I don't do anything.
Did you see when Sigmund got into the cement?
I loved that so much.
Guy's outside for 30 seconds, and he's like, where should I go? I know, wet cement. How did he even know?
How did you not notice when didn't he have cement on his paws?
That's the crazy part. No. It's like he ran around in just the right area, and he's like...
So when he came back
in... A bowling ball when I'm carrying him up the stairs, but light and delicate when he's waltzing across wet cement.
See, and like when you went to that wine event and like we're counting all the women in white.
Oh my God.
I was sad.
My phone died, but there were so many.
I was like, this is going to be great.
So funny. There were so many. Oh my God. And I can't believe my friggin' phone died.
I live for your content, and that's the only reason that I pester you about it.
Okay.
It's like the best when you do it.
I should. Ridiculous things happen to me. I'm like, this doesn't happen to anybody else.
Like even that Home Depot story. Come on.
Like, excuse me, sir? Tell me more about the free miter sauce. I need to get you on my live.
Excuse me, sir. All right. Anyway, did you guys subscribe?
They probably have.
But
not
leave
you
a
guys,
5-star
but like
review?
your friends.
Tell a friend.
Yeah, like 2.
Yeah. Someone said our episode last week was their favorite so far. I'm like, tell a friend.
Yeah. And then you could laugh about it with somebody.
Yeah.
And somebody just tweeted me and they were like, I'm listening to this at the gym and I'm LOLing and everybody's looking at me.
I do love that.
And I was like, well, you should tell them about the show. Then you could LOL together and like high five when the funny part comes on.
The best LOL was the Gorilla Glue for sure.
Donkey Dicks is just the funniest. And if you guys are like, what are you talking about? You need to listen more.
You missed it. Yeah, it's like 3 episodes ago.
You're clearly not a brainiac.
But you can become one.
Yes, listen to all of them.
All right, see ya.
See ya.
This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Babes and Babies, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.